Happy Tuesday, everyone. I'm so glad to be back with you to do another card on a terrific Tuesday. This is a great day outside. It's beautiful here in sunny Colorado. I'm Sherry Minnie, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator who lives in Keensburg, Colorado, a very small rural town. And today we are having what you call one of those perfect fall days in Colorado. It's warm but just so beautiful outside. Today I'm going to be doing a card. It was actually inspired by a swap that I belong to, and somebody sent me a swap, and I'm sorry I don't remember who sent it to me. There's actually 12 people in the group, and I didn't write it down. But anyway, I kind of based this card on hers. I changed it quite a bit, but here is our card. I made it into a happy birthday card, and what's so cool about it is you get to see all this beautiful paper, and then on the inside, you open it like so, and there is the inside greeting, and you see the whole entire piece of paper once you open up the front flap. So, as I said, I just made this into a birthday card. Our supplies for today are going to be, I'm not really using one complete bundle. I'm using several separate things. Here is the dies that we're using for our trees, and it's this large one right here, and this is called the Grove dies. These are in the annual catalog. This one I don't believe this one is no longer a bundle, but it does have a matching stamp set, and we've done a couple of cards using this, and I apologize for the glares today. It's so bright and sunny out that my room is really quite sunny and everything's glaring. We're also going to use a die set called Peaceful Seasons, and this has a matching stamp set. This is found in the mini catalog that runs through December. For the stamps, we are going to be using, for the happy birthday, I'm using Attention Shoppers. This is again in the annual catalog 24-25. I'm using that happy birthday, and Beyond Bounded Love that I have used an awful lot, but I'm going to use May All Your Wishes Come True. In addition to that, we're going to be using this beautiful 6x6 designer series paper. Now this is a whole big stack, but I have way more than one package of paper because I used it so much. I believe you get 48 sheets in a package, but this is the one that I'm choosing to use today, but they're all such beautiful kind of like hand painted scenery shots that are so pretty. Just lots of different ones that you can do anything with, and absolutely love this paper, and I've used it quite a bit. For our ink colors today, we're actually using two. We're going to be using the Versamark for a little bit of embossing of our happy birthday, and we're going to be using the Basic Gray for the inside sentiment. We'll also be using our little cornstarch pad, I don't know what they call it, Stampin' and Emboss Buddy, for the so that we can control how our embossing powder sticks to our strip of paper, and we will also be using the copper embossing powder. Okay, in your packet, let me get all this over here together so I don't end up losing some of my dies, which is so easily done. So we'll put this to the side, and I'll show you everything else that's in the packet. You'll have a card base. This happens to be soft seafoam. You could use any color green or any color actually with this, but I'm not a real fan of green. I don't mind this lighter one, so we're using that. And this is 5.5 by 8.5. Inch quarters are usual 4 1/4. You'll have a couple of strips of designer series paper. These are 3/4 inch, and they're going to be one for your envelope and one for the inside layer of your card. And you'll have one piece of Basic White. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And I thought I had another little piece. Oh, there it is. It's hiding from me. And you'll have a scrap of the soft seafoam, and I think this is about 1 inch by 3 or 3.5. So I think the first thing we're going to do, we're going to get our we'll do our stamping and get that out of the way. Now, the orientation on this card is landscape, so that's important to remember. This is a card that we'll be doing in our class this week. I'm having classes on Thursday and Friday, and thank you to all those that have signed up. I still have a little bit of room if anybody else wants to sign up. I need to know by the end of today if you want to come. So we're going, and actually I'm going to put my pad under here because this is a photopolymer set. And I am going to stamp this as close as I can, just being straight and in the middle. Not always my best skill, but I give the best effort I can. And that's all really we can ask, isn't it? All right, that's all we're going to use that for. Then I'm going to take the piece that I want to put along the bottom, and the way I determined that is kind of by the orientation. And here you can see this is going on the envelope, and the flowers are kind of actually going up this way, I believe. It's kind of hard to tell. This one is definitely sideways, so we're going to use this one. And I will take my silicone mat here, and we'll take some Stampin' Seal, and we will run it along the bottom. And this is extra long, so you can position it however you want it. I think I'm going to put the trees on this end. I'd like to have some of the tree along with the beautiful sky with all the pretty colors. And we will trim this off. I'm really late today. My husband's sister from California has been here, and we had to do the airport run and everything. My schedule got all messed up. All right, so now what we're going, that's all of our stamping. We're done with that. Let's just take care of our envelope while we're working on this. And I am going to try to determine how I think I want it to go this way. I really can't. No, here's the trees. They would be at the top. So we're going to go on this side, and I'm actually going to take my green cap glue. And I'm just going to try, well, actually, what I'm going to do is, I don't like getting that glue all over everywhere. And I'm kind of adjust it because I want to whatever parts I want to show. And then I'm just going to take and hold it, go over here and trim it off so it'll be the exact length that I need it to be. And then we can put it down without worrying about getting glue all over everywhere. And just a little clip right there, and there we go. We got it. So then I'll just take this, and I'll take my glue, and I make sure that I get it very well covered so that there's no loose edges for this post office machines to catch or tear up the envelope, hopefully. I guess I never really know because I mail these, and I never get any comments from anybody that their card did not arrive in good condition. So I hope what I do is okay. I think it is. And we will take this and just kind of press it down, make sure that it's good and adhered. There is our envelope. Now we're going to work on our very pretty piece of Designer Series paper. So what we want to end up with is a 4x6 piece of Designer Series paper. And I'm going to just trim this down. So you can kind of cut off whatever you want. I'm going to start out with my trimmer and a 3/4 inch strip. I think I'll do 1 1/4 inch on the top, on the bottom, because there's a lot of that really dark blue. So I'm going to do 1 1/4 inch down here, and I always cut at the bottom. I have measurements at the top and the bottom, and I always use, for me, I do the bottom. I like to have this extra edge to hold my paper straight, and we're just going to cut that off. And then I'm going to cut off 3/4 inch on the top, and then we'll be at the right size. Okay. And there's our pretty picture that's going to actually be the front of our card. Okay, now we're going to actually do a little, oh golly, I just lost my word, scoring on this piece. And so you want to make sure that your orientation is the way you're going to place it in your card. And we're just going to do a score line right here at the 1/2 inch mark, and I can do this on with my trimmer. I just have to close this down, and then I just go, and I don't push real hard because this is designer series paper, and it doesn't it's not as heavy as cardstock. Okay, and then we are just going to take this and we're going to fold it on the score line, and we'll take a bone folder and press this down real good. Okay, and we'll get the front piece all situated, then we'll work on the card front. So what you do is you take this and your white piece, and it actually is going to be glued just right inside of this, right kind of close to the fold and right inside of the piece of designer series paper. So to do that, I'm just going to use my, actually I need to put the adhesive, let's see, yeah, I need to put the adhesive on here. Am I doing this correct? Hold on, I gotta think about this for just a second, because if I put it on upside down, we're totally messed up. Okay, yeah, I am. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put adhesive along this line, and you could use any type that you want. I'm gonna use my green clap liquid glue, just as more comfortable and easy for me. It takes a little longer to dry, but I do like the fact that I can put this in here, and we're just gonna kind of put it as close as we can to that fold line, and it just fits right in between there. Now before I really stick it down, I gotta make sure I did this correctly, and I did. Okay, now we are done with that, but we have to work on the front of our card base. So you have your card base. I'm so sorry, I'm making a lot of noise here. Nothing wants to come up like it's supposed to. There we go. So you have your card base, and we're gonna fold this like we always do. Mountain it of your score line. The mountain, or the rougher part, is on the inside, and we're gonna put this down. And I normally do this over my studio, but I didn't do it today, and I don't know why, because it folds a lot easier over there. Anyway, we're just gonna push this down, okay? So then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this, and we're going to take this big die, the Grove die, which has all the pretty trees. Now it doesn't, I'm so sorry, it does not cut the paper. It just cuts out this design right here. So what I did is I just kind of centered it in this middle of my paper, about, a 1/2 inch or so up from the bottom, and I put it down, and I ran it through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And as you know, I don't bring that over here. But when I got done, then I ended up with this very pretty piece with all the cutouts and stuff on the front flap. Okay? So now all we really have to do is we take the piece that we decorated for the inside. We're going to take our, actually on this one, I can use my, sure I can, Stampin' Seal. And I know it's right here staring at me, but anyway, I'll just use this. This is not necessarily, you don't have to use the liquid glue. And I hope I'm staying in camera, because as you can see, for those of you who've watched my previous videos for the last few weeks, I got rid of I didn't get rid of it, I still have it, but I'm not using the glass mat anymore. I just didn't like the glare. Now you're going to take this whole piece, we've got the back of it glued, and we're going to put it down on the inside of our card, and it just matches. And from side to side, you do have a border top to bottom, okay? I'm hoping I'm doing this correctly. And then when you open it up, excuse me, I'm going to just take a little drink of water. I guess my allergies decided it's time to act up. Sorry about that. And now when you close this, you have this pretty little scene. You open it up and you see all that beautiful paper. And then the next thing we need to do is we'll take our little piece of soft seafoam. We're going to take our little embossing buddy and we're going to run it over here, and this just keeps the takes off the static electricity and any oils from your fingers. And we will take our happy birthday greeting and our Versamark. Boy, I'm sorry guys, I really got froggy all of a sudden. And you're not going to be able to see this because it won't show up because this is a clear ink, but I will show you the end result. You'll see it once I put the powder on it. And then we're going to put it in here. And don't worry about it being too straight because we're going to cut this out. Okay? And then you would take the copper embossing powder. Let me put away a little bit here because I'm getting everything all out of the way here. We would take the copper embossing powder. I have a little spoon in here. And you will take your Versamark stamped image and we'll just put some powder on it. And I usually put a couple of spoons, go through twice just to make sure I have powder where I want. And you see right there's your happy birthday. And when I take this over to the studio after I'm done with the video, I will hit it with my heat tool. And then I'm going to cut it out with, oh yeah, I am. It will be cut out with the die that I had over here. And oh, here it is. Shoo, I was thinking, oh no, I already lost it. And we'll just put this die over it and we will cut it out. And then what we end up with is a piece that looks like this. Let me put this powder away because I love to dump it over, and oh boy, does it make a mess. It's like spilling sugar. You never get rid of it. Never get it all cleaned up. Okay, now, here we go. We're just going to take our pokey tool. I did put dimensionals on the back. We're going to take our pokey tool, take the dimensionals off the back, and you could place this wherever you want. I thought about maybe doing it up here, but then I kind of just decided I liked it down here at the bottom. I made it a small, narrow thing so that it didn't interfere with the beautiful paper underneath. And lo and behold, we are done with our card. Well, actually, I'm so sorry. I didn't bring over the little embellishments. So if you look on my sample, oh, I didn't put them on there either. I have some little brushed gold, birds and or butterflies that you can put on here. And I didn't bring them over. So on my blog, I will have they will be included in the picture so you can see what it's like. I just took 3 of them and kind of put them around here just to dress it up a little bit. And I didn't do it on my sample either, so there you go. And so here's how we did the envelope. Just put our little piece there. So that's it. So that wasn't too bad. Let's see. Did I finish? Yeah, I did. We're all done. Great. All right. Once again, I thank you all that take the time to watch this. It's so appreciative. You'll never know how much I appreciate it. And I do try to do a good job on my videos. And I know sometimes I get a little carried away or distracted, but I do try. So thank you so much whenever you take time to watch this. I appreciate it. And may God bless each and every one of you. And I hope to see some of you at class. And the rest of you, I'll get back with you really soon. Thank you and have a great day. Bye-bye.